Welcome to Lee Does Stuff. Conventional wisdom says we do baseboards last. This is the way I was taught. This is the way you were taught. But I didn't do that here. I actually did the baseboards first and I overpainted them. And then I rolled out the walls. Now you're saying, well, what about splatter? You know, when you roll, especially a different color like this pewter, and then you have like a white baseboard, what about splatter? So I started my line here, but we're going to come back to that later. Make sure the baseboards are dry when you roll out your walls because you did your baseboard first, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to lay out a mat like this or your dropper, and you're going to put it just on the very edge. So any splatter or anything coming off your roller, you're protected. You're good to go. So as long as your baseboards aren't wet, you can roll out your walls to your heart's content. All right, so that's just a little side note here. We're going to continue on, and we're actually going to cut the top of this baseboard like I did here. I started it. Okay, let's move down the line, and this is how you do it. Look at all that surface area you have, the whole wall you have to control your brush. Surface area equals control over your brush. You don't want a lot of buildup, okay? Look, I made contact with the top of the baseboard, barely, look at that. Laser line, and then you can glob on the paint above and fan it out. Let's go again. Let's go again. Get a lot of paint, not a lot of buildup on that brush, and we're actually going to make contact with the top of the baseboard, but just barely. The eye will never see it, and you get such a crisp line. But not only that, we're talking speed. The speed at which you can do this and move is way faster, and you get way more paint than just on that little small top part of the baseboard when you're cutting. So both ways work, but more and more, I'm thinking I'm moving towards this way because it's so easy to cover a baseboard. You do them first before the walls, and it doesn't take them long to dry, and then you cover it like so with this mat. And then even if you have to do touches above, like we do a top cut, if you're worried about splatter or drips, we just lay our mat down. See, right now my baseboards are dry. Time has elapsed. They're dry, and I just move along, and I do my top cut, and I do all my touch-ups, and you just get a great result, guys. So you do not always have to do your baseboards last. Sometimes we have to just buck convention and do things a different way. And I'm telling you, just like you cut frames around a door, it's amazing.